Problem is now opponent has 4 mana. And on 4 there is Phoenix, but luckily we have this Spark in hand. Ready to exile the Phoenix. That's really lucky here. We are at 4. We have no blue mana. We are missing blue mana. Game, give me blue mana, please. This is scary as well. Lightning Mare, alright. Blue mana. Yes! Yeah! Oh, we are going with Niv-Mizzet right away. This is our last game. We get blue mana when we need it. We draw. Definite Clarion. Please concede, Mirror Man. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Lenny and you're watching Lenny TV. So the third part of the Chronicles event series on Arena is out. And it is Singleton this time. Now last week we played a fairly competitive Populist. If you have missed that, you should totally never check that one out, because there is no more Pop on Arena right now, and I don't really know where I'm going with this. Anyway, this week will be Singleton, and we will go full 5-color Niv-Mizzet Reborn up in this event, and we will see how long it will take me to essentially get 15 wins. It will take us way longer than last time, because this is by no means a competitive Tier 1 Singleton deck. It is meant to be a fun and awesome and amazing 5-color deck that has some amazing moments with Niv-Mizzet and his Enter the Battlefield effects. Alright, now that we have got that out of the way, after we successfully complete this run, I will post my score, my win rate, so that you can see how successful this deck really is, because I will cut out a lot of losses. This video is meant to highlight the run and the fun I had in the event, so don't forget that. It is not representing the accurate win rate of this deck. What I want to do after I completed this is I want to play a budget version as well in this pauper event. So submit your suggestion to which deck I should build down below, and the deck that gets the most wins, I will play that in the upcoming videos. So post what you want me to play, and the one that has the most upvotes, I will play and build the deck and showcase it in another video. Now, yeah, we got that out of the way. Anyways, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Hit that bell button if you really want to help me out. And the nicest thing you can do is, if you're only here for the deck list, I mean, who really wants to commit to such a long video, right? You have to be insane. Just mute the darn thing and let it run in the background. It really helps out the most. Alright, now get ready and fasten your seatbelts for a 20-minute deck guide. I tried to keep it short. I don't know what the heck happened, but let's get right into the awesome list I brought today, and I will even put a button down below in the description that lets you skip all the deck and explaining stuff and get right into the sweet games that will come. Hello everyone and welcome. We are in the deck builder, and I'm going to briefly explain what this deck is all about. As you can see, we have a lot of colors going on here. That's because we are playing a Niv-Mizzet Reborn 5-color Singleton deck in this new awesome event. Yeah, I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try and explain this as quick as possible. So we want to cast Niv-Mizzet Reborn to get his Enter the Battlefield effect as much as possible. For that matter, we will start off with the cards that will help this strategy. Those are Paradise Druid. This is a great 2-drop here. It's not a card that Niv-Mizzet can fetch, but it taps for 1 mana of any color, is a 2-drop, and has hexproof, so this will really help us get the 5 different colors we need for Niv-Mizzet to play him on curve, if we have him in hand. Now, what if we don't find Niv-Mizzet? For that matter, I have included 4 4-drop creatures and Neoform. What I want to do with this is, we only need a creature, a 4-drop creature on the field, and cast Neoform on that to get Niv-Mizzet on the battlefield, and we can search our whole library. So we have a second chance of getting Niv-Mizzet on the field by having a 4-drop in combination with a Neoform in hand. That's pretty good, right? We have another mana fixer, Leyline Prowler, which is a really good free drop. It has lifelink for against aggressive decks, Death Touch for big threats, and it can tap for 1 mana of any color, just like Paradise Druid. It only lacks hexproof, but then this card would be bonkers. But alright. We have Chromatic Lantern. Now, obviously, in a 5-color Singleton deck, you really need this one. So, we cannot skip on Chromatic Lantern. And we have Prime Speaker Vannifar. And this is included because it's a 4-drop, so we can cast Neoform on it if we need to. But it can repeat the Neoform effect on 3 drops and evolve them into 4 drops. We have really good 4 drops as well. Elite Guard Mage. When it enters the battlefield, it draws us a card. Gaining free life is really good. We can get Knight of Autumn from a 2-drop. We have Paradise Druid and I think Crasis that are CMC 2, so we can transform them, should we need to, into a 3-drop. But the main goal is to transform a 4-drop into Niv-Mizzet. And yeah, these are the assistant cards. Now let's get into the removal. We have a lot of removal. And yeah, there is not much to talk about removal here. Just know that we need a lot because sometimes we need to stabilize and we're behind. Obviously with this mana base that will happen quite a lot, I think. So we need a lot of removal to get back into the game or to remove high priority targets from our opponents, such as Planeswalkers that can swing a game really hard. We need an answer for them. So we have the game's greatest removal cards combined here in the deck. We have D-Spark, a 2-mana instant that can exile permanent with mana costs with CMC 4 or greater. Angra's Rampage, it's a really good sorcery removal. It can remove artifacts, creatures, and Planeswalkers. Assassin's Trophy can destroy any permanent for the lowly cost of our opponent is going to search a land and put it on the battlefield. We have Find Finality, which has 2 great uses. First, it's a board clear, -4/-4 to the field, but we can return Niv-Mizzet from our graveyard to our hand, or some other high value creatures we have. So this card is MVP. We have Justice Strike, good instant removal, Modify, good instant removal for creatures and enchantments. We have Oath of Kaya. Now this is a really great card in this deck. It can deal 3 damage to any target, so it can help us deal with Planeswalkers or creatures. It gains us life, and we have a lot of Planeswalkers as well, so when the opponent attacks them, we gain some life and they take some damage, so what a great card. We have Bedevil. I don't know if I should run this card because the high mana cost it has. 2 black and 1 red is really hard to actually have into play, but I think we can afford it. We have a lot of mana that tap for any color, so I think we can go for it. So Bedevil might be something you want to swap out, but I'm running one of them. And it's a really great removal. Destroy an artifact, creature, or planeswalker. So this is really flexible, and that's exactly what you want in a Singleton. We have a board clear, Deafening Clarion. Free to every creature, or you can give lifelink to your creatures, and you can do both. Rel's Outburst is a card I have tried in this deck, and it's really good. It deals 3 damage to any target, just like Oath of Kaya, but you can look at the top 2 cards of your library as well, and put one of the cards into your hand, so that's really good. It's essentially deal 3 damage, scry 2, and draw one of the 2 cards you scried. And I really like this one. We have Time Vibe. Now, this one is... Obviously, we need a whole board clear. What if the opponent floods the whole board? Time Vibe is the best one I can think of, because if we already played Niv-Mizzet in an optimal dream world, we return Niv-Mizzet, wipe the board, and we can play him again. Now, at that point, we might draw too many cards, but yeah, awesome synergy. If it happens maybe 1% of the time, I don't care, but this is awesome. And we have Entity God Eternals. That's pretty much one of the best sorcery removals. It deals 4 damage to a target creature. You gain 4 life. The target opponent puts the top 4 cards into their graveyard and VMS 4. So this is great against gods. And you will see gods in the Singleton format, I think. And it creates a 4/4. It deals 4 damage. It kills something off, and you gain 4 life. It's great against aggro. It's an all-around great removal card. Let's get into the creature pile. Gruul Spellbreaker. It's a really good free drop. It can be a 4/4, giving you hexproof on your turn. and it itself has hexproof on your turn. It has trample, but you can also haste it in and use it kind of as a removal against planeswalkers. You have Knight of Autumn, a really flexible, great card. It can buff itself up to 4/3. It can destroy an artifact or enchantment, or you can gain 4 life. Elite Guard Mage, really great card. It has flying, which is important against planeswalkers, and trust me, you will see planeswalkers. You gain 3 life, and you draw a card when it enters the battlefield. Seraph of the Scales, another great 4-drop. Even if you Neoform it, it leaves behind 2 Spirit tokens. And it's an all-around great flyer, which is important against the planeswalkers. And a great design and an awesome card. Hostage Taker, we can steal an artifact or a creature and cast it. If the opponent doesn't destroy Hostage Taker, we essentially gain a huge tempo swing off of this card alone. And I really like this card. And it's Dimir, and it helps, and all of these cards can be fetched by Niv-Mizzet, by the way, because they're essentially guild colored. Alright, let's get to Tolsimir. I love wolves, and this is a great card. I really want to try this out against aggro decks, and this is possibly the best 5-drop against aggro in this deck, because it gains its life, and it kills off a small creature. So this should be able to give us a huge tempo swing if we need it. Rolask, I have Rolask in here to buff something on the field to better defend myself. And when he dies and I have planeswalkers on the field, we can proliferate twice. Plus, a lot of creatures already have the possibility of entering the battlefield with counters on them. So it could proliferate my whole board and planeswalkers. So that card is insane if it ever happens. Now, we have the MVP, the star I've built this deck around, Niv-Mizzet Reborn. Obviously, you need all 5 colors. If you play him, it's a 6/6 that can search for... Essentially, I'll explain it really quickly. So, the guilds of Ravnica has 10 different guilds. Like, white and black is Orzhov. This is Golgari. This is Rakdos. And when you play Niv-Mizzet, he will look at the top 10 cards. And if there is a guild-colored card, now mind you, that can also be something like Tolsimir. If it's double green and 1 white, it's still guild-colored. It's green and white, being Selesnya. So you can essentially look at the top 10 and pick all the cards you want that are guild-colored. So you could draw 10 cards in an optimal world off of Niv-Mizzet. And if you draw, let's say, 2 Selesnya cards, you have to choose between one of them. So you cannot draw both Selesnya cards. Alright, that's Niv-Mizzet, and that's an insane enter the battlefield effect, and we want to play this card as much as possible. That's why we have built this deck around finding him and playing him as much as possible. Ravager Worm is an interesting one. We can destroy a creature, we can haste it in, and we can destroy problematic lands with this one. Hydroid Krasis, it will help us to draw and gain some life, and maybe swing for lethal. It has flying, which is great against planeswalkers. Let's get to the planeswalkers, and then I'm going to briefly talk about our sideboard. We have a sideboard because we play Karn the Great Curator, but I start with our best friend, Teferi Time Reveler. It's just a powerhouse. We need this one in this deck. It helps us stay alive, and it helps against control, etc, etc. It's a really great card. Raska, against, for example, Teferi Time Reveler, great card. It can destroy any free-costed permanent, so it's really flexible. It can get rid of enchantments, creatures, artifacts, you name it. You can sacrifice some things you don't need anymore and draw some cards, gain 1 life every time you do that. And if the opponent doesn't deal with it, her ulti can win the game. Tamiyo, we have Tamiyo in here because she can return Niv-Mizzet from the graveyard. And she can also search for Niv-Mizzet. But don't forget her passive ability. Spells and abilities your opponents control cannot cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. And that is really strong sometimes. If your opponent plays the Eldest Reborn, it has no effect at all. Just the last tick will resolve. You don't sacrifice a creature, you don't discard a card. And by the time the third Saga counter would be put on it, you have maybe found a way to destroy it. Karn the Great Creator is essentially in here because we want a sideboard full of artifacts. And I'm going to talk about that later on. He can be a win condition as well, turning a big artifact into a 8/8 or 6/6 or 9/9 or whatever. Can win you the game, honestly. So yeah, Sarkhan is in here for the same reason. It can be a win condition on his own. It creates dragons. Niv-Mizzet is a dragon, so that's really fitting. And it deals 1 damage to all the creatures that attack you or a planeswalker you control. So if you minus him first and you have Niv-Mizzet and him on the field, and someone attacks you or a planeswalker, the Niv-Mizzet and the dragon will deal 2 damage to all the creatures that are attacking you. So potentially a board wipe. Alright, Teferi, Hero of Demonaria. I don't need to introduce this guy. It's really strong, and I will run him in this deck because it can be a win condition on its own, and we need strong single cards in Singleton. And last but not least, Ugin the Ineffable. One of my favorite Planeswalker cards ever. Awesome design, awesome effect. His plus feels so strong. Creating a 2/2 colorless spirit with a card off the top of your library exiled underneath it, and when it dies or it's exiled, it doesn't matter. You get the card in your hand. It's really amazing. And with his minus, you can destroy any permanent that is 1 or more colors. And that's really flexible and good in Singleton because you need a lot of answers for a lot of things. Now let's briefly talk about this sideboard here. Fountain of Renewal against aggro. Same thing, Navigator's Compass. Something that can deal with some graveyard recursion. Maybe we want to exile a graveyard once. I don't know. Let's see if we will see something like that in the Singleton format. Vivian's Arbo is in here because we can find Niv-Mizzet easier, and I want to try that out. You know, this deck really depends on Niv-Mizzet, and with this card we can probably find him really easy, so that's why this is in here. We have Spyglass in here to shut down some problematic planeswalkers that our opponent might have. This one is a really interesting one. Now, if you have Karn on the field, the Great Creator, you fetch this one, you play this one. It's you need to crew it, right? Now, the probability of this flipping is really low because you need a creature to crew that's at least power 4 or more. But with Karn, with Karn's plus ability, you can turn this one into 4/4 because it's CMC 4. That's really good on its own. And when it attacks and lives, it needs to live, don't forget that. It transforms under your control immediately. You don't need to crew it. And that's really strong. And then we have something that can draw us a card and return a card from my graveyard to my hand. We can return Niv-Mizzet endless times if we manage to flip this one. So I want to try this out. We have Firemind Vessel. This is in here to help us cast Niv-Mizzet. Let's say we only have Karn and we need some more colored mana. We can fetch Firemind Vessel, help us cast Niv-Mizzet. We have Golden Guardian for the same reason we have Firemind's Vessel. It's just a little bit more clunky, but it has more late game value because it can generate some golems along the way. Yeah. Helm of the Host. Yeah, this is for funsies. Maybe we want to clone our God Pharaoh statue at one point in the game, and we are so far ahead that we can do this. So this is just for show. A Gilded Lotus to help cast Niv-Mizzet. Tome of the Guildpack is an interesting one. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, draw a card. And it adds 1 mana of any color. That's perfect for this deck, right? We have so much multicolored spells. This is awesome. So this is definitely in the sideboard here. Now let's finish the sideboard. We have, yeah, the God Pharaoh statue. This can shut down our opponent completely because it makes their spells cost 2 more to cast. And every end step, your end step, the opponent loses 1 life. Meteor Golem, flexible removal, and why not just have 1 more in there? And Karn can create a 7/7 out of this, and the 7/7 is obviously scary. Parhelion 2. Now this is amazing. Remember the part where I said you for crew 4 you need something with 4 power to crew it, and then it can attack. Yeah, if you have Karn on the field, this can attack as a, not as a 5/5 by the way. It attacks as a 8/8 with flying first strike vigilance, and it creates 2 4/4 white angel creature tokens with vigilance that are also attacking. So it swings for 16 damage on its own when it's crewed by Karn. And that is insane. This can be a win condition, honestly, with Karn on its own. And one really interesting last card is Chamber Sentry. Now, Chamber Sentry is you can cast it with Niv-Mizzet. So all the colors. If you cast it with all the colors, it enters the battlefield as a 5/5, and you can pay X and remove X counters by tapping it, and then it deals X damage to any target. Now, mind you, if this is on the field, if it's already on the field 1 turn, you can do this at instant speed. And instant speed removal or instant speed answers are really, really good. And it can deal the damage to any target. So this might be a really good grab from the sideboard. So sideboard is finished. Let's really quickly talk about the mana base. So we have all the shock lands, all the check lands, all of them. We have 1 copy of a beautiful forest, and let's talk about the golden ones here. We have 1 Gateway Plaza with the awesome War of the Spark art. It's not a really good, powerful land, but it fixes for all of the colors, which makes it really good in this deck. Same goes for Guildmage's Forum. Now this comes into play untapped, but you can pay 1 and add 1 mana of any color, and it's even buffing the multicolored creature spell that you cast by a +1/+1 counter, so that can be useful. We have Interplanar Beacon. This enters untapped, and it can help us cast our Planeswalkers here. Don't forget we have 7 of them, I think. We have 7 Planeswalkers, yep. So, really good card. Rupture Spire is the same thing as the Gateway Plaza. It enters tapped and you need to pay 1, otherwise it just sacrifices itself. It's a bad land, but if you can pay the 1, you can fix for all the colors, so that's really good in this deck. And we have 1 Unknown Shores. So by paying 1, you can add 1 mana of any color, essentially meaning if you have 5 mana, but you have, let's say, green twice, you can still cast Niv-Mizzet. Right? Is that right? If you have 5 mana and an Unknown Shore, so you need 6, you can cast Niv-Mizzet, because you can transfer one of the colors you have twice into another one. Alright, so this is the deck, this is the mana base. It's a really flashy deck. We want to cast a big Niv-Mizzet Reborn, and we are going to see if this will work out really soon, because the event will be released in a few minutes, and I will immediately jump on and play some to get these awesome stained glass Planeswalker cards. So we will see us in the game. Right, Magmatron! And the current Planeswalker here, we have 3. We have a Castable Justice Right? We have a This looks like a good hand. We are going to keep this one without a doubt. We are going to start off with the Glacial Fortress here, because on turn 2 we can shock in the Blood Crypt, giving us a castable Justice Strike. Alright, Sulfur Falls. This is actually really good. We will shock in the Blood Crypt. Now we have a castable Justice Strike, and let's see what he plays here. We can Justice Strike the Skydiver if we want to do that. But if he plays something bigger, we can Justice Strike the bigger thing. Right, he will look for a creature card. He will reveal it. It's a Guild Mage. Alright, so this can move +1/+1 counters, and it can tap it. You can pay 2, and then every creature that he plays enters with a +1. So I think we Justice Strike the Skydiver here, giving us some tempo here. We have a shockable land here. Alright, on 3, we want to cast the Night of Autumn. And for that, we need a green, so we must shock in the Overgrown Tomb. And we will cast the Night of Autumn here. And we will put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. giving us a blocker here for the Guild Mage. Now, the Guild Mage will get a +1/+1 counter. And he might attack here, but I will trade off my Knight of Autumn here if he decides to attack. Because he can just... ooh! Teferi Time Raveler here. Alright, we need blue or white. We want to cast Teferi Time Raveler here. 100%. He might have a counter in this Merfolk list, but we will bounce the Guild Mage. Now the Guild Mage can give his +1 counter to the Jade Bearer here, but we would have bounced the Guild Mage anyways. So yeah, you should move the counter from this creature to this one in response to me bouncing it.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Alright, alright. We pick up another. We will not attack. We want to preserve Teferi, so we need a blocker for the Jade Bearer. And now we have gained a lot of tempo. Now with Sarkhan in hand, we will play Sarkhan next, I think. Ooh, the Guild Mage is really good as well. Alright, we have blue, white, green, black. We have all the colors. So we can cast Niv-Mizzet, and I'm going to do it right now! Let's go! Oh my god! It's so broken! There is the instant concede! Bam! First victory! Alright, our next opponent is White 13, playing as Jaya. And let's see what our opening hand will look like here. Alright, I think he's loading in now. And it takes some time until our cards show up. I'm not really sure what is going on here, but I don't have an opening hand. Yeah, so I think he loaded in here. We have white, blue. We have a castable Teferi. We have some... We have a pretty good hand. We are going to keep this one. I'm not mulliganing this hand. We only need one more mana. And we can cast the Guard Mage. The Elite Guard Mage. Whew! Man. White is sure taking his time on his first turn. Now, what I recommend you to do is cast... Oh, that's looking like we face mono red here. But, that's okay. Let's see if our deck can win against mono red. The second red source. Now, we want Teferi on turn 3. And for that to happen, we need to cast this tapped, because this comes into play untapped. What I really want to see is another land. And we run 26 lands, so we should get one a lot of times. Ooh, Chain Whirler coming down. Yep, that's a beautiful pickup here. And actually, I changed my mind. We want to shock this one in. Pass the turn. We can modify the Chain Whirler at instant speed. And we need to remove it, obviously. But we will wait and see if he plays something else scary here. No, he wants to attack first. That's alright. We will modify the Chain Whirler here. And he's playing a Phoenix. There is the Phoenix. I called it. But that's alright. We will cast Teferi Time Raveler here. We will bounce the Phoenix. He has no mana left for a shock, so that means he needs to shock it on his turn. Alright, and we will play the Shockland tapped. Pass the turn. Now he needs 4 mana again to replay the Phoenix here. And if he wants to kill the Fairy Time Reveler, he needs to play a land, shock it, and play the Phoenix. And then we can just put it back into his library. We can just tuck the Phoenix right into his library. Alright, Phoenix coming down again. And he might shock the Reveler here. I would certainly kill the Reveler. And there is the shock! What the hell is going on? We're calling all of the cards. Alright. So what we will do here is we will play Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. And we will tuck the Phoenix right back into his deck. Bye, Phoenix! We'll see us in a few turns. Alright, he needs to deal with the Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Otherwise, that is a really good card if it's unanswered. The good thing is only one Chain Whirler and that's already dead. So skew the critics coming down for 3 damage. And I'm fine with that. For 3 mana, you only have 3 mana left, white. Alright, his name is really weird. Let's call him Jaya. Jaya, you only have 3 mana left. So... oh, Dreadhorde Arcanist can bring back Shock. But I think this is an obvious Enter the God Eternals play. And with that, we have won the game. Alright, so let's play Enter the God Eternals on the Dreadhorde Arcanist like this. Kill it. He will mill 4 cards, we will gain 4 life, and we will create a 4/4 army. And that is awesome. Alright, it resolves. Bye, Phoenix, forever. Now we have removed a lot of threats here. Chain Dweller gone. Phoenix gone. There is still a lot of scary things in mono red. Ooh, Legion Borbos, for example. But we can deal with Legion Borbos. No problem. Yep, I'm fine with that. You can attack here. Alright, then I will block. And if you kill off the army, I'm fine with it as well. So, no. It didn't even kill the army off. Alright, Oath of Kaya coming down. We will kill the Warboss. We will heal for free. And we will play Elite Guard Mage as well, gaining another free life against the red deck. Drawing a card. And at this point, I mean, I might just say we won. What else? I mean, what can he realistically do here to come back or win? Oh, he will scry. Alright. So let's see if he finds something useful. Or if Jaya will concede here. I mean, it's looking pretty grim. Oh, he didn't even like his top card. Alright, we will hit him for 4. Make him question his life choices by going mono red. And there is the concede, guys. 2 wins. Back to back. Let's see what's coming up next. Alright, on next opponent is screen, Tmochi. Playing as Vivian. And I don't like this hand. We are going to mulligan. We have 3. We have a castable Assassin's Trophy. Maybe a Raska on turn 4 or a Hostage Taker. We have blue and black. Keep. And we do not want Time Wipe. Alright, so we will start off by Godless Shrine tapped. Next thing we are going to do is Rupture Spire. Alright, so now we have enough mana for Assassin's Trophy. Ooh, that's a really good pickup here. We will 100% play the Leyland Prowler here, because that enables us to play Hostage Taker on curve or the Golgari Queen. Both are really great here against the white deck. So Leyland Prowler it is. And I will not block this one. You can hit me for 2. I'm fine with taking 2 damage here. And I'm fine with this. You can play your Mentor of the Meek. Because I'm going to take it. Alright. Should we take the 2/2 Mentor or the one that might enable him to draw some cards? I think we want to take the Mentor of the Meek here. And I am going to swing for 2, right? Because I'm not risking the first strike block on my mana accelerant here. And if it hits me for 2 next turn, I don't really mind, so I'm not going to block here anyways. Yeah, you can hit my face. You can hit my face. It's our turn, and we are going to 100% steal the Mentor of the Meek. We're going to guarantee that even if he removes the Hostage Taker, it is not coming back to his side of the field. Alright. Now we are in no rush. We are just going to pass the turn. We have an instant speed permanent removal. And we have another one for something that is CMC 4 or more. And we can even cast it. This one, the both. Alright, Tithe Taker. So we cannot cast it anymore. Tithe Taker is a really good card. Oh! Oh! And there is Niv-Mizzet Reborn! Hell yeah! Yep, I'll take this. Play Niv-Mizzet, get a 6/6 flyer, and draw 4 cards. That sounds pretty good, and I'm going to start attacking here. I know attacking with the Mentor of the Meek is really bad. But at this point, I want to empty his hand. I want to really drive my advantage further. I need to discard a card. Oh no. Now I'm going to discard... Which card I'm going to discard here? I think Assassin's Trophy is no longer needed here. It might be a strange discard. You might not agree. But that's what I decided on. In the small amount of time I had to think about it. Alright. A flyer for him. Alright, we have a lot of strong cards, and we are going to start off by casting Enter the God Eternals. We'll get rid of his flyer. Heal for 4. Create a 4/4 army. And hit him for 6! Bam! Niv-Mizzet punching Green Timochi in the face. And there is the instant concede! Help! Am I allowed to say hell yeah? I don't even know. We're playing against Resonance, and Resonance is playing as Jaya. I will keep this. I mean, it's slow and clunky, but we can cast D-Spark, we can cast Neoform if we draw a creature, and we have Tamio helping us to filter our deck. Alright. Something that comes into play tapped and doesn't kill off itself. Dragskull Summit coming down here. Next will be something that would otherwise sacrifice itself. We play one. And go! Alright, we're pretty much playing against Gruul. Shadelight Ranger, something that... Oh, 2 lands for my opponent here. Alright, can we play something on 3? No. Then something that comes into play, tapped. Sorry. Oh, what is going on, man? Let's see here. We have 3 more lands. We have Seraph of the Skills. We can play her next turn. The Shadelight didn't buff itself. Let's just say I have done worse. We have been in worse situations. And we can actually win this one. Through Spellbreaker, coming down as a 4/4. We will take 2 damage here from the Jadelight Ranger. And he plays an Evolving Wilds. Alright, let's play the Guild Mages Forum here and Seraph of the Scales. Perfect. We will pass the turn. It didn't crack his Evolving Wilds, and that is a huge mistake. Because now he only has 4 mana. If he cracks it now, it comes into play tapped. Rekindling Phoenix coming down. Now we will exile this Phoenix 100%. And if he attacks with the Spellbreaker, I'm going to block it. Alright, no blocks. Alright, that's a D-Spark on the Phoenix. By Phoenix, we exiled a really strong target here. And what I will do is I will give this one Vigilance and attack. Awesome animation, and we will swing for 4. That way we can block the Spellbreaker. Now he will sacrifice his Evolving Wilds here. So that means he is potentially up to 6 mana. And that could mean he could have the Tali. Or he could have the Boar God. Or... Alright, both attack. We will block the Spellbreaker. So we will trade with the Spellbreaker. Seraph of the Scales will generate 2 1/1s. He might have the Goblin Chain Whirler. No, Biogenic Ooze. And that is in perfect range of Oath of Kaya here. Alright, Oath of Kaya deals with the Ooze. And then we will play Gateway Plaza. We will pay 1, otherwise it self-destructs. And we will pass the turn. Alright, what have we have here? 2 really good cards. Tamiyo can get something back from the graveyard, but we do not want that yet. Let's just wait and see. Chandra coming down here.
You want to play with fire, huh?
Alright, we block both of them. We will prevent 2 damage or 5 damage here.
Let's light it up.
He exiles a Demanding Dragon here. Oops. Alright. Now, we can buff this. We can pump up the loyalty to 6. But we could remove... We could remove... the Chandra immediately.
You will be excellent research.
Is that worth it? I think it is. We have to play safe here. We are going to pick up the D-Spark.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
And we will exile Chandra. We will get rid of her. And if he decides to kill off Tamiyo, I'm fine with it. And I think that's the correct choice anyway, so... Let's just wait and see. Now we need to refuel here. Ooh, Regisaur Alpha coming down. With haste. That's 2 and 6 to my face. So we need to clear the board now. Oh. Oath of Kaya doing some work here. Alright, so we will need to wipe the board. So time wipe coming in, wiping the board. None of these creatures were ever born. And next turn we will place Prime Speaker Vannifar and Neoform, and we will... Oh my god, Nissa coming down. Nissa is really scary. That's a problem. That's a problem. Nissa is a real problem. We will take 3. But what we will do here is we will play Prime Speaker Vannifar. Then we will Neoform, sacrifice Vannifar. We will get Niv-Mizzet on the field as a 7/7. Ooh, we find Mortify to Fairy. And we need to decide on... We will get Ravager Worm. And we will get... Deafening Clarion. For sure. Alright. Get Niv-Mizzet on the field. Draw 4 cards. That's a pretty good refuel if you ask me. Right, if we cannot remove Niv-Mizzet, we can kill off Nissa. We can heal for a lot with giving Niv-Mizzet lifesteal. We can kill all of his mount, like lands. So yeah, we will most definitely wait and see what he has got here. Ooh, Carnage Tyrant coming down. That's a scary big boy dinosaur. But we can deal with this. We can deal with this. It's fine. It's fine. We might win this one. Alright. Bring it on. Now if he turns another land and he put it on an active one, he could have put it on a forest that is tapped, giving it haste and more mana. So we are in a really good shape. First things first. Oh wait. We can give this one haste. Alright. We will play this one. Yep. Ravager Worm with haste. And we will not let it fight with anything. Then we will Deafening Clarion. We will choose both options. Then we will attack his face and his Nissa, swinging for a lot of damage, killing off Nissa, swinging for 4 in his face. We're back to 22 life. Nissa must go. Nissa is late to the party somewhere. And there is the win, guys. That's our 4th win. And it was an awesome game with a huge tempo swing here. Alright, we are going right back into some games. Bob14 is the next opponent here. And he plays as Karn. And we have a keepable hand. So we are definitely keeping this one. Alright, we will start off by playing Watery Grave tapped into a Gateway Plaza. Now it will self-destruct unless we pay 1 mana, so luckily we can pay that. And Reverse Sneak coming down here. Alright, what do we have at 3? We could Justice Strike the Reverse Sneak. Is that something you would do? I think it's worth it. We will Justice Strike the Reverse Sneak now. And yeah, let's see what Bob14 has got up his sleeve next. Deep Root Elite. Now that's a scary card. And we will return that one back to where it came from.
I am not going to sit this one out. No, I am not making this up as I go.
We draw Chromatic Lantern, that's good. We missed the land drop, that's sad. But the Chromatic Lantern is a real key card here. So we are glad that we picked that up. And we're going to play Chromatic Lantern here. We're going to plus the fairy, so it lives an attack.
Bad idea.
Unless he plays a Merfolk. And who am I kidding? There is a Merfolk coming here. It even gets 2 +1/+1 counters here. No, just 1. Enough to kill the Teferi. That's fine. Is that fine? We only have 4. Ooh. We have some really good 4-drops though. Alright, Skydiver. I want to get a land drop, so we will play the Elite Guard Mage. And we don't get a land drop. We can block the Skydiver. Now we cannot block the Skydiver anymore. We should have played the Golgari Queen and maybe finish off the Deep-Root Elite. Now we cannot even block something here. Alright, Merfolk hitting us hard here. We find another land. That's awesome. And what I will do here... Alright, we can remove the Mistbinder as well. He's at 2 mana, so... I think we are in good shape here. We will enter the God Eternals on the Deep-Root Elite. Gain for life, mill for cards, get a 4/4 army. And we will not attack. I think we should have attacked because I'm not going to block the Skydiver anyways. Alright. This one will create a 1/1 or a 2/2 because of Mistbinder. Hexproof, and I think he will attack here. Now I should have attacked because I'm not going to block here anyway. But that's a misplay on my part. We missed out on 2 damage. Now hopefully that will not matter in the grand scheme of things. And he's passing turn. Alright, Rupture Spire. Alright, so I want... What do I want here? We want to remove the Mistbinder, right? And we want to do that this turn. Because now we can attack with both of our creatures. And they are uncontested. Then we want to play Rupture Spire. We will pay, otherwise it's self-destructing. And we will attack with both. So we will deal 6 damage here. He can deal 5 in return. But the good thing is that... What is the good thing? The good thing is that we can play Ugin next turn. Ooh, and he would have tapped one of them anyways. Alright, the army will not untap our next turn. Yeah, so that was the sound for it is not untapping anymore. Alright, 2, then we have 4 left. So this will be... Alright, so we will attack first. Deal 2 damage. Then we will Neoform on the Guard Mage. And get, you guessed it, Niv-Mizzet Reborn as a 7/7. Look at the top 10. Draw 3 cards. Awesome animation here. Alright, now we have more options. What I wanted to do is I wanted to play Vraska Golgari Queen. And kill something off here. But what I will do now is I will play Hostage Taker instead. And target his Weaver here. And there is the conceit. So we are 5 wins, 4 losses. So about a 50% win rate. That's pretty good. Alright, we are playing against Coco 1201. We're playing against another Jaya. Now it starts getting a little bit weird. We are only facing Jayas here. But we have a really good opening hand now. So we will keep this one. For sure. Alright, we will start off with the Watery Grave. Oh, into the Godless Shrine. Into the Sand Pedal. And we will play Leyline Prowler This is my favorite land art, by the way. I know you don't care, but look at how awesome this one looks. It's beautiful. Oath of Kaya destroying the Prowler. So we are back to 4 mana. And we will play the Elite. Yeah, Elite Guard Mage coming down here. And you know what's coming if he doesn't deal with the Guard Mage. It's our boy, Big Dragon Niv-Mizzet on turn 5. But there is the Mortify. So no Niv-Mizzet for now. And there he is anyways. So it's Niv-Mizzet on turn 5! Anyways. We don't even need the Neoform. Oh my god, yeah! We will draw 5 cards. Alright. We will discard. I think we don't need Prime Speaker, Vannifar, and Neoform anymore. So we will get rid of both of those. We have a hand that's really strong. Let's see what our opponent will do here. Yeah, nice. That was nice. That was really nice. Well, is it? Viceroy coming down.
Hope we get something good.
Alright, I hope you get something good as well. You will need it. You will need the luck. Ooh, Casemina. Alright, Rootbound Crag it is. We will kill off Ral. Yeah, I'm fine with taking 2 damage here. Yep. Niv-Mizzet swinging in. Alright. And what we will do... Alright, we will play... I guess the Gruul Spellbreaker is a really good play here. Yeah, we will play the Gruul Spellbreaker with a +1/+1. And we will play the Fairy Time Raveler. And just plus him once.
I'll protect.
So we used up the most amount of mana we could that turn. And next turn... Man, we can swing it with Rolask. Oh!
Let us march into battle and make new combat. More useful in the grave.
Whoa! Liliana destroying our creatures here. Alright, that's not a problem. We can deal with Liliana. We can only deal with her with Angraf's Rampage, right? So we will have to make him sacrifice his Liliana here. And then we will play Seraph of the Scales first. We will plus the Fairy Time Raveler.
Don't worry, I got
Pass the turn. This Liliana wrecked us, man. Holy crap. The Spark on Seraph of the Scales. That's quite unfortunate. And Raska coming down here. And Raska can destroy the Fairy Time Raveler. Well played, Coco. You destroyed me good here. Alright. Ral's Outburst. We will remove Raska. And we will pick up Bedevil. Because I think he has a lot of Planeswalkers.
I grow bored with this fight.
Alright. We need something to refuel or answer him now. We have the Justice Strike, we have Bedevil. Can we cast Bedevil? Yes, we can. And there is a Sarkhan. Good thing we picked up Bedevil.
Look to the skies.
Does this work? Can I just kill Sarkhan off now? I will try it. I don't know if this works. It works! Alright. We will play Rolask here. Apex Hybrid. That is a pretty scary card on its own. We don't have something to proliferate on, but it's a 4/5 flyer with trample. Alright, the Fairy coming down. We have enough mana for Bedevil,
Thank me later. Let's try this.
but we cannot cast it at instant speed now because the fairy is on the field. Incubation Druid coming. Alright. So we will steal the Incubation Druid. Alright. Next turn he cannot bounce anything. So we will play the Incubation Druid. And we will kill off the fairy here. I don't want to risk
Only time
anything.
will tell.
We have a really strong board anyways now. And he needs to deal with it. Now we could use something to refuel our hand. I don't know what the hell happened, but we got rid of everything. Of everything that we had. And that's pretty impressive, Coco. You got us good here. Alright. Prison Realm. Alright, he will exile the Incubation Druid. Alright, fair choice. Now if he removes the Prison Realm, he gets back his... Now I will play Chromatic Lantern first. And then we will play Rolesk Apex Hybrid. Giving the counters on Hostage Taker, attacking for 4 here. Alright, we have the tempo lead on the board. But it's pretty much in the late game now. And if he removes... Oh my god, Cleansing Nova. Coming down here. And he managed to get rid of all our threats. Everything is gone. And he has 4 cards in hand. And now he plays Ugin. What the... What happened? I guess I played a lot into his... Oh! There is an Ugin for us. We played a lot into his removal. That's true. We played into his Liliana. We played into his Raska. What the...
Toe-to-toe with me?
Beg for mercy.
First of all, that was so loud. And oh my god, look at that.
That's more like it.
What the...
Every day is a new lesson.
What the hell just happened? Alright, we are kind of a mid-range deck. And I think there is no Elder Spell in this list, so...
I will call the dragons.
We are dead. Oh my god, what happened?
For the unknown.
This turned around so quickly. Alright, my friend, I guess that's a GG. You won this one, Coco. Coco, you won this one. You got it. Go ahead. You deserve this one. Alright, we are playing against Nicol Bolas. Meyer. It's a pretty interesting name. We have a pretty interesting starting hand. Everything comes into play tapped. But we have removal. Maybe we can reach the mid game here. Alright, let's start by playing Dragon School Summit. Next we will play Drowned Catacomb. And next we will play Clifftop Retreat. Lentus Raptor, that's a good creature. It's a 3/3 for 2. And it has Vigilance, so that's really strong. Another dinosaur coming down. We'll take 3 now every turn. Right. So... I guess we will start by removing some threats here. Or should we just develop our own creatures? Let's actually remove the 3/3 first. You can do that at instant speed, so let's wait and see if he plays something more scarier. Legion Warboss. We will place a stop here. And we will remove the Warboss. The Warboss snowballs quickly, so we need to remove that one quick. Alright, 5 damage here. Alright, we have red, we have white, red, blue. Not enough for Niv-Mizzet, I think. But next turn we have enough. So we will enter the Temple Garden tapped, play the Guard Mage. Time Wipe! That might save our ass. We have 2 white, we have a blue. Yes! That's what we want here. Alright, you can attack us here. And he even removes our mage here. Alright, we will time wipe. Destroying his whole board. Awesome, now next turn can play Niv-Mizzet. Ooh, heroic reinforcements, we will take 4. We are on the brink of death. So it actually is better to destroy some creatures here, right? Yeah, I think we want to play the Ravager Worm first. Give him a +1/+1. And we will fight off one of these soldier tokens. Now he only has 1 token left. We are at 6 life, that's really low. We could die at any time now. He will attack. We blocked that one. Response coming down. Alright, Ravager Worm is dead. And now it's time for Niv-Mizzet Reborn! If that's not the... And there's the immediate concede. Alright, we are up to 6 wins. I think 6 losses or maybe 7 losses. Alright, we are playing against Resonance again. And he is playing as Liliana. We already met him once. We have a really good starting hand. We are going to keep this one every time. Alright, let's see what Resonance will do here. We have... what do we play? We start off by placing Blood Crypt. Then Breeding Pool. Then the Clifftop Retreat into Guildmage's form. We can switch it up. Alright, we'll start off by Blood Crypt into Breeding Pool into one of these two. And that's our line of play here. Alright, the forest coming down. We will play the Breeding Pool tapped. Crawl Harpooner. That's alright. Alright, we will play the Clifftop Retreat. And we will play Night of Autumn. And give it 2/2/2 counters. Now he wants to see if we trade here. And at 3 mana we trade here. Because if he plays Spellbreaker and gives it a +1, we can make him sacrifice it. We can even steal it. We will steal it now. Alright, give me that Spellbreaker, please. And if he has no way of removing the Hostage Taker now, that's the biggest tempo swing ever. Yeah, we won this one 100% because we will just make him sacrifice his Nullhide Ferox. And then we will play the Gruul Spellbreaker, haste it in, and smack him for 5. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. Sarkhan is a card that might swing this back around.
Your end has arrived.
Yeah, that might be true. Sarkhan can really turn this one around. Alright, we want the blue one. So we will play Vannifar. And I guess we kill off Sarkhan here anyways. I know the dragon will damage our creatures, but it doesn't matter. We will lose one, but we will kill off Sarkhan. And that's a trade I'm making every day. And the best thing about it... Oh no! Now if he removes the Prime Speaker of Vannifar... Yeah. We cannot get Niv-Mizzet next turn. Alright. So what is our choice? Oh yeah, it's pretty easy. We will attack here first. If he blocks with the worm... Yeah, we will finality here. Wipe the board! And then we can return... find finality with Tamiyo. Chain Dweller coming down. That's a scary fellow. Alright. Alright. We will return Hostage Taker, right? So we need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so that means we will shock this in. We will play Tamiyo. We will return the Hostage Taker.
No tail should be discarded.
Oh no, we cannot play it. Why? I guess we have no black mana left. I should have manually tapped here. This one... Now, this might not lose us the game, but it lost us a lot of tempo, for sure. Yeah. Now we get the Chain Dweller. And we play it. Next turn we have Sarkhan, the Masterless, and that should seal the game. Biogenic Ooze, alright. He has enough mana to create even more oozes. So it's a little bit... Oh, look at this! Ravager Worm. We will haste this one in. And we will let it fight the Biogenic Ooze here. And then we will swing with these two guys here. And he will block the worm. Now he's back to only having the Druid of the Cowl here. We have a pretty solid board state. Franco is pretty weak in this situation here. And that's game. We will play Sarkhan. Look at this. Look at this. We will minus Sarkhan. Get a dragon. Then we'll Neoform on the Hostage Taker. Yeah. Sacrifice the Hostage Taker. And you guessed it, we will get Niv-Mizzet Reborn as a 7/7. And we will draw 3 cards, and there is the immediate concede. Alright. Alright, our next opponent is Gus, playing as Vivian. And we have a manageable hand here. We have Chromatic Lantern here. That's really good. So we are keeping this 100%. Let's see what our opponent does here. Right, we will start off here by playing the Dragon Skull Summit. Alright, looks like a mono-white list. We're for anyone who is wondering, we are currently sitting on about a 50% win rate. We are at 13 wins and we won 12, we lost, or we won 13, we lost 12. So it's really a 50% win rate at this point in time. Now, quite unfortunate, we didn't pick up a shock land or any other land that could help us here get to Chromatic Lantern on turn 3. That means we will cast it on turn 4, and then we can cast some really spicy stuff here that can help us delay the game a little bit. So he keeps open the Law Rune to tap down one of my creatures. Interesting. Alright, so we will play the Chromatic Lantern here. And we will play a Guildmage's Forum. Ooh, this can add one of any color. That's why we can play Justice Strike. Alright, we will leave Justice Strike open past the turn. And let's see here. We have a pretty solid hand from now on. Shalai coming down. Now the bad thing is we cannot deal with Shalai right away. And now everything is hexproof. So it's... I'm interested. Now he attacks with both here. That's reasonable. Alright, we will not cast Justice Strike because we have no really valid target. But Hostage Taker on the Shalai looks pretty good. We will do that. And then we will pass. Now he needs to kill the Hostage Taker to get back his Shalai. But with Gideon, it seems like he cannot do that.
Justice.
And that means we are in a really good spot. Alright.
I believe in you.
You can give this one lifelink. I don't care. He could have a shock. Alright. I was starting to worry a little bit. We will cast Shalai here. We want to secure Shalai being on our side of the field. And then he taps down the Hostage Taker, meaning that Gideon will survive a turn here. We are on 5 mana, so we need 1, then we can destroy Gideon with Ugin. And that would be an amazing tempo swing for us here. But let's just wait and see. There is so much that can happen here. He could just cast maybe Heroic Reinforcements. That would deal a lot of damage right now. Alright, he attacks with Gideon. And I will not block Gideon here. We are at 12. That's sketchy. I'm feeling I'm comfortable about 12. Alright, Teo coming down.
As a shield mage, I defend
He's trading
anything to support my allies.
a defender. Alright, now we are at 6. Oh, sad it doesn't come into play untapped. Alright. So I want to attack Gideon here. He can tap down the Shalai. Alright, this is a little bit sketchy, right? Alright. We had 5 mana, so 2 and 3 would be the most optimal line of play. So we will start off by casting the Gruul Spellbreaker. Now this will give us hexproof as well, just like Shalai. And it is safe from the Laron Enforcer to be tapped down. And then we will force out... What do we destroy here? I want to destroy the Hazda Marshal, I don't know why. I feel like he will tap down something with the Laron Enforcer anyway. And I maybe should have even destroyed the wall, but I'm not too sure about that. Now there will be the tap down from the Laron. He will tap down Shalai, that's the only valid target. Alright, and now we will attack Gideon with both of these. Now is that risky? It is risky. It's 4 damage if this survives. It's 5. So this could potentially be lethal here for him in some weird way with heroic reinforcements. Maybe a shock. So let's not be greedy here. No, let's just frick it. Let's be greedy here. We are attacked with both. Now he will block with the wall. He blocks the Hostage Taker, so Gideon will take 3. Alright, meaning that the wall survives. Now that's 5. If it plays heroic reinforcements, that's 7, 9, 10. Yeah, it's lethal. If he has a shock or lightning strike, we are dead. Shock, he needs a shock. That's 4 shock. He needs a shock. But if he has a shock and heroic reinforcements, we are gone. Moment of triumph. On the Shalai. And then he plays the Wanderer to exile Shalai.
Let's cut you down to size.
What an interesting play. Alright, he will attack here.
I'll
For-
block them off.
For 5? Yeah, he will attack for 5.
I will lend you my strength.
So that means he has 2 blockers. Gideon's still alive. And I want to start gain some life. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So either Ugin Alright. This is not that easy. I want some flyer in the air. If we draw a land, we can play something. Oh, we didn't draw the land. That means I will try and finish off Gideon here. There is no guarantee that we are successful here. Yeah, he just blocks with the wall. Good thing is that the Wanderer cannot exile any of our creatures here. The not so good thing is that Gideon can just has so much pressure because we cannot finish him off. Now Lyra is really scary as well. The good thing is we can just kill off Lyra with Ugin. We can kill Lyra off with the Ravager Worm as well.
I believe in you, friend.
Alright, indestructible on the Lauren Enforcer. Alright, so I think we take 4 here. I don't want to lose my creatures here. Gideon is back to 4 loyalty here. Alright. Oh, D-Spark. Spark is way better. Is it better than Ugin? It's not better, right? We play Ugin here. We will get rid of Lyra.
Fear of another. I can create
Now
or destroy.
we will attack. And we want to kill off. We want to kill off that Gideon here. Gideon is such a pain in the ass. Now this is really risky. We are at 3 life. This might be GG. Because this
best.
with heroic reinforcements is lethal. 2, 4, 6. But if it didn't attack. Ooh, a Johnny. That is not lethal.
No friend of
Oh, it could be,
mine
with
fights
shock maybe.
alone.
3, 5. It's not lethal, even with shock, so we should be good here.
Strength is born of struggle.
It's still on the brink of death here. But it's oh, he kills off Ugin, so that means
I must return.
we stay at 6 life. And that is really good for us. Alright, now we can de-spark a Johnny here.
I was not strong enough.
And we will follow that up by... I want to gain some life, just that I feel more safe now. Let's gain 4 life here. And I will attack... Yeah, I want to finish off the Wanderer here. He will block nothing,
I'm done.
meaning he has 3 damage now. Let's see what he has here. Light of the Legion! Oh my god, that's actually pretty scary. Alright. What will we do here? I think Ravager Worm. With a +1/+1. We will let it fight the Light of the Legion. Now it will buff up all his creatures. But This is still really good because we can just fly over the creatures, kill off Theo,
Couldn't weather the
and now
storm.
these are the only ones he has left. We have a really strong board to defend against all of this, and it looks like we will be on 14 wins now. Only one left to go, but I don't want to call the GG too soon here, but it looks like we made this one in 2. We are successfully getting a win here. It looks like we will modify the Sunblade and place Seraph of the Scales. This should seal it up, and we will start attacking here. We will attack with the Ravager Worm. We will attack for 2 in the air. And that's it for now. If it blocks with both, alright, next to damage. I would have killed off the wall, because this one is easier to kill with Seraph. Now let's see what he does here. Nothing. Oh yeah! Alright, let's just full swing here. Ooh, he taps down the worm. Now let's full swing anyways. That will be 4. Angel of Grace coming down. Oh my god, did I throw here? Looks like we could have... This could be a throw. No, because Seraph of the Scales leaves behind 2 1/1 spirits. But man, this is really scary. Alright. He has Angel of Grace now. I will full swing. He's down to 7. Now I will Neoform on Seraph of the Scales. And I will bring it to play. You guessed it. Niv-Mizzet Reborn. Bam! Drawing 3 cards. That's still really good, and there's the immediate concede. None of the opponents want to see any aftermath of Niv-Mizzet. They all concede. Alright, Mirror Man 85 is our next opponent. We only have tapped lands, but we have a D-Spark. We have an Assassin's Trophy. Both work. So I'm tempted to keep this. Although it's a really clunky hand against almost everything. But yeah, let's just try this out. We have Niv-Mizzet. We picked up Niv-Mizzet. But against Mono Red, holy. Alright, we do not want Steamkin to get out of hand, so bye Steamkin. We will turn Steamkin into stone. The problem is now our opponent has 4 mana. And on 4 there is Phoenix, but luckily we have this Spark in hand, ready to exile the Phoenix. That's really lucky here. We are at 4. We have no blue mana. We are missing blue mana. Game, give me blue mana, please. This is scary as well. Lightning Mare, alright. Blue mana. Yes! Yeah! Oh, we are going with Niv-Mizzet right away. This is our last game. We get blue mana when we need it. We draw. Definite Clarion. Please concede, Mirror Man. Just. Niv-Mizzet is wrecking. Ooh, we cannot block with him now. Right? Alright, you will deal 5, but who cares? I have Deafening Clarion in hand. Alright, it's 6 now. Good job, opponent. Now, we have 1, 2, 3 for something else, but I don't have something else to play, so let's just kill off his board. Give Niv-Mizzet lifelink. And yeah, let's just swing for 6. Bam! Man. And there's the concede. And there's the 15 wins. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was quite a bumpy ride. In the end, we got the Sorin. This has to be a really awesome stained glass art as well. We got a Mausoleum Harpy as well. And this was our run. We successfully got 15 wins. And I'm going to briefly look into the win rate here. Let's see if the tracker is updated. Alright, we are at 54% win rate. We got... That's actually really good. What the hell? What the hell? 54% win rate. I will put that, of course, in the video. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this long-ass event Singleton gameplay. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, remember, smash like, smash subscribe, hit the bell. Please help a new creator out, and we will see us in the next one. Hey, Lenny here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Smash that bell, drop a like, and subscribe. Now I will leave you with a choice. The top video is my recommendation for you, and the bottom one is from YouTube. Now go check them out and tell me which one you enjoyed more.